Hi, welcome to my video. In this Drive and Talk series, I'm going to be talking about the worldwide pandemic from a UK perspective, because that's where I'm from. Yeah, for me, I just feel like the British government didn't react fast enough. In terms of, closing down certain places when it first hit the country, specifically airports, Eurostar ferries, international hubs, because those places are key areas for transmission, and you would have thought that they would have really put restrictions on those places straight away. But it's like we're nearly 2 months into this pandemic, and it's only now that airlines are suggesting that passengers should wear face protection, face masks. I mean, like for me, my view is that they should have been testing passengers at the beginning, from as soon as it hit the country, they should be testing people. I mean, I've been listening to radio stations, and you've had, British people phoning in saying, I got sick while I was in France. There was one guy who went to France on holiday, and he came back home to the UK, and he got sick, and he feels for sure, for absolute certain, that he got sick while he was out in France. But there was no testing. There's no testing when he got off the plane. There's been other passengers who have said that they've been sitting on a plane and people around them were really, really sick, and there was no protection for them or anything, and I mean, that's a really bad situation to be in, especially you're sitting in on a plane for like an hour or two, even longer. You got kids there, you got pregnant people on there, You've got people on there who have underlying health issues, you know, who really can't afford to get sick. You know, you have people who have like autoimmune issues and stuff. You know, you can't really afford to get colds and stuff like that. Never mind the never mind anything else. Yes, I just thought that the government could have done better there. Yeah, they really could have done better. Because if you're trying to isolate a country, you know, you have to make sure that, you know, if you imagine the airports and ferries and the Euro stuff, you imagine those being like an open wound that is infectious. There's like an open wound on your arm or something. You know, you need to treat that, you know, straight away. You need to treat that straight away. You know, you can't have like an open wound like that open, you know, and leave it untreated. Because you could end up in a worse situation down the road. Yeah, and that's what I think about that. I mean, and then you have the massive outlay of money that the Chancellor Richie Sunak has provided to everybody. Well, the people who are eligible, because some people aren't eligible for the furlough scheme. You know, some people haven't been working for their current employer for 2 years. Some people aren't in work at all. You know, yeah, and the money that he's given out is a lot of money, and you know, it's a bigger amount of money than what most governments are giving out to their citizens. But I don't believe it's free money. You know, I think, you know, he's going to want to recoup that from us, you know. Some way, at some point, he's going to want to recoup that money. You know, I mean, yeah, he won't ask for he ain't going to ask for the money back tomorrow, but later down the road, he's gonna have to recoup that money because that's coming up the budgets, and he hasn't. The money didn't grow on the tree, it just, I feel like the British people, we're going to be paying for that for a long time. I'm not saying that he was wrong to do it or anything, because he had to do it, because at the end of the day we're like in a life and death situation. He had to do it. He couldn't just, Boris Johnson and the government, the Chancellor, they couldn't just sit down there and not do anything and contemplate riding it out like a cowboy, like President Trump said. The British government couldn't do that. They had to put the money out there. But I just feel like it's just a massive loan to all of us, or to some of us who are eligible for it. I think further down the road, we're gonna be paying it back. We're gonna be paying it back in taxes, national insurance contributions, the price of living. Things will have to go up to pay for it, I'm sure. Fuel will go up, travel prices will go up. They've been going up every year for the past. They've been going up every year for the past 20 years at least. Travel fares. Especially like train travel just keeps on going up every year. For example, 20 years ago, you could get an off-peak London travel card, all zone 1 to 6 travel card off-peak, cost you £4 20 years ago. And now it's costing £12-13, and that's with an Oyster Card. And that's that's gone up 300% in 20 years. Food's gone up, and you'll have to go up again to pay for this money that the Chancellor's put out. That's just how I feel about it. It's just like, I just think the furlough scheme and all these schemes that the Chancellor's done, it's just like all like a real, think of it as like a bank loan. I look at it as a bank loan. The bank, when you go to the bank and get a loan, if you're eligible, they give you the loan up, but they'll say, look, you're paying it back, and you're always paying interest on it. You're always paying back more than what you actually borrowed. And that's how I feel about the money that the Chancellor's given out, you know. And people aren't gonna like it, you know. When all the dust is settled, and hopefully things will get back to normal, you know, and we're looking back at analyze, you know, and analysing what's happened, you know. People, there's gonna be people that ain't gonna be happy, you know, that everything's gone up, because there's some people who weren't eligible for any of the government's benefits, you know, who didn't get 80% of the salary, you know. There's people, and they're gonna say, well, I'm getting penalised again because I didn't get anything from the government at the time, and now I'm bearing the costs of the money that the government put out, which I didn't get 1 penny of, and now I'm being hit in the pocket again, you know, and they're gonna say it's unfair. But you can't argue against that, because they're the people who are getting 80% of their salary, or getting help from the government for their business or whatever it may be. They're in a financially better position to cope with the aftermath of this pandemic, than a position to cope post the pandemic than someone who wasn't entitled to any money from the government at all, you know. But the thing is, we're at the end, when the government say, oh, we have to put up this, put up that, this has to be more expensive, this has to be more expensive, everybody's paying for that. It's not just the people who got money from the government, you know. It's gonna be everybody, and I think that's gonna you know, I think the government are gonna face a major backlash from that. So I can see a difficult road ahead. Hey, that's my view of the pandemic from a UK perspective. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.